Remember what I've said from day one. Winning's hard. It's not easy. And what we should be most proud of is that we're at 10 wins. We're in a position to complete the mission, and that is one more win. All we're gonna do is we're gonna enjoy this victory. We're gonna be humbled by what happened, and we're gonna get better from it, because we got one more shot.
Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan, coming to you this week from the Hager Fitness Center here in the Goog, the home of the Notre Dame football program. The Irish did not play their best game against Boston College, but they never stopped battling on the way to a 19-16 win to improve to 10-1 on the season. The offense did turn the ball over 5 times, but the defense did not give up a single point after those turnovers. Receivers Chris Brown and Amir Carlisle had career days, and Notre Dame's special teams play was outstanding, led by Captain Matthias Farley, who stopped a fake punt, downed a punt deep inside BC territory, and recovered an onside kick to seal the victory. Farley's efforts earned him the game ball from Coach Kelly.
And he is our specialist at recovering onside kicks. He works at it diligently in practice. He also stopped the fake, down the ball inside the 5-yard line, and he's a hell of a teammate, Matthias Farley.
Coming up on Inside Notre Dame Football.
Hung together, stayed confident, kept marching forward, and won the football game.
On the field, I definitely do flip a switch, and I wouldn't say I'm the nicest guy on the field, but when I get off the field, I like to relax and kind of chill out a little bit.
Coach Devine said, get those blue jerseys off and put those green jerseys on.
I still to this day don't know how these guys got their jerseys on that quick.
Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Sprint, Coke Zero, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Bank of America, Cadillac, Canon, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Evaluation of your team's overall play against Boston College.
Well, I think it's what I said after the game, perseverance. Games like that, when you turn the ball over 5 times, usually the outcome's not very good, especially when it's a rivalry game in a sense. And our kids hung together. They're a tight group. They never wavered, kept marching forward, and won the football game.
I have never seen a defense go for the strip the way BC was with 2 and 3 guys at every ball carrier. And obviously you fumbled a bunch of times, you lost 3. Was that one of the reasons? And I guess once you realized that was happening, should your team have adjusted better to what they knew was coming?
Yeah, I think we talked to him on the sideline a couple times. Look, you've got to be prepared for this, and a couple things have to happen. Finish off your runs, and just got to be smarter in those situations, because you know that they're going to be a ball hawking defense, and they did a very good job of it, and we have to learn from it.
Deshaun Kaiser has had a remarkable year, but I think we can honestly say that was his first bad game, where his decisions weren't good and his execution wasn't good. What do you think went into that?
Well, I wouldn't say it was a bad game. I really wouldn't. I would say that he made some mistakes in the game, but he made some terrific plays for us as well. And so when you measure the quarterback, there's going to be learning experiences for anybody. And I think some of those that happened were certainly negative plays that he made, but he made some really good plays for us, made some really good throws. We needed to make a couple of catches for him, and I think we extend the lead to a bigger margin. But I think more than anything else, a great learning curve game for him.
BC made it clear they wanted to take Will Fuller out of the game, and Will didn't have his best game, but you had two other receivers step up and have career games for you.
They did, and I think Chris Brown's touchdown catch was one that can be highlighted, just taking the ball away from a very good defender of Boston College in the end zone. It took it right off the defender's helmet. Chris went up, took it away, and Amir Carlisle set the tone early on with the first catch of the game, just a circus catch over the middle, and came up big with some very, very timely catches for us, and obviously a touchdown catch where he made a nice couple of moves, but both of those seniors stepped up big for us. You know, Will's carried us all year, so I think our receiving corps would tell you, hey, look, it was time for somebody else to come up and make some plays, and it was great that our seniors stepped up for us.
7. Fadul feels the pressure, and he is overcome at the 30 by a number of Notre Dame defenders.
Your defense held Boston College pretty close to their normal offensive output. You did give up an 80-yard touchdown run, but you had 6 3-and-outs, and your team did turn the ball over 5 times, but the defense didn't give up any points after any of those turnovers.
Yeah, just an amazing job by a defense in sudden change, and I think that stands out more than anything else. Yeah, we missed an assignment on the long run and probably lost a little bit of our focus on that last 2-minute drive, which continues to be one of those things that you know, we're affected by, where we lose a little bit of our edge. But by and large, a very good effort by our defense, and especially with the turnovers, the amount of turnovers. And that's another time where, you know, you get some bickering. Hey, come on, guys, take care of the football. Never any of that. Just very workmanlike guys doing their job, paying attention to what they needed to do, and again, finding a way to come up with some stops.
Once again, Matthias Farley made some huge plays. What is it about this young man? He's not your best player, but he may be the best guy on the team when a play has to be made to make the play.
Well, yeah, so how do you define the best player? It's the guy that makes the play when a play is needed, and he made 3 huge plays for us. The onside kick, obviously, was huge. Stops a fake punt in a very crucial time in the game. It sets up a score for us. And then downs a punt inside the 5-yard line. So again, Matthias has been there all year for us. He's a captain. It's no mistake that you know, he continues to impact the success of this team.
And with his leadership, special teams was huge for you in this game.
No question. I think it continues to be an important part of why we're 10-1. Our special teams has improved dramatically. We did have the long kickoff return that was disappointing, but in a large degree, we've done a lot of good things in special teams, and I think it's because of that improvement that has put us in the position that we are in.
Before this season began, one of the biggest concerns for those, both inside and outside the Notre Dame football program, was how the Irish D-boys were going to come up with a pass rush, a concern that intensified when defensive lineman Jerron Jones was lost to a knee injury in training camp. But now, with 1 game left in the regular season, Notre Dame's 2015 sack master, or as Coach Kelly called him after the Wake Forest game, sack monster, has emerged. Senior Romeo Okora has sacked opposing quarterbacks 9 times this season and is now just 4.5 sacks short of the all-time Notre Dame sack record of 13.5 set by Justin Tuck in 2003. It seems appropriate that a guy who has become so good at knocking down quarterbacks spends some of his free time each week with his teammates bowling, which of course involves knocking things down.
Bowling night's a tradition we started here this year every Mondays. I think Corey Robinson started it up. And it's just something we do on Mondays. We look forward to doing it. Just inviting a couple guys over, a lot of people we know around campus, and just get together and play some little bowling.
I want to ask you about this because you're known for being about the nicest guy on the planet off the football field. And then you hit that switch, or maybe it's a release. What is it about being in between those lines that lets you just be you?
Well, I see there's definitely a time for everything. I mean, when I'm on the field, I definitely do flip a switch, and I wouldn't say I'm the nicest guy on the field, but when I get off the field, I like to relax and kind of chill out a little bit. You know, me and Corey, we play music all the time. We just gotta like kind of hang out and just like cool down. came into my room one day and he saw my roommate's guitar. And he was like, oh, I play a little bit. I was like, oh, cool, like, just play something. Because I didn't play at the time. He started, like, just playing all these ridiculous things on the guitar. He was like, yeah, I played, like, once or twice, but then he's, like, playing all these chords and singing. And I'm like, okay, you definitely know what you're doing out here. So it's just, yeah, since then on, we've been good friends.
What about Coach Gilmore? But every time when I'm standing around the defensive line, he just seems like one of the coolest guys.
Yeah.
Is it the same kind of a feel inside the locker room?
Absolutely. I mean, from when he got here, like we used to joke around about it. He's like kind of like a typical dad, like you have around. He sees us as his kids. I guess that kind of makes us close in the sense that like we look up to him as like a father figure, and he's always there for us, and he's been a great coach, and he's definitely taught us a lot of things that we're definitely seeing come to fruition during the season.
Romeo Okora, that guy blocking you?
Keeps that Notre Dame offense off the field, and Wolford is going to go down into the arms of Romeo Okora.
Yes, senior night was a huge game for you. 3 sacks, but I want to ask you about one in particular, going air Romeo over the pile. What do you remember about that play specifically?
Maybe 2 plays before that, we called the same play, and I got a face mask, which would have been another sack. But they called the play again. I was like, man, I hope this comes free.
Here's the snap. Here comes the rush. Wolford stands in, looking for a place to go, and he's sacked back at the 40-yard line. Okora with his 3rd sack of this game.
And then a little bit of this afterwards, too.
Yeah, I had to represent the girlfriend.
There it is.
Here. Rocking the fencing shirt right now.
There it is. I love that. That was
yeah.
maybe my favorite part of the entire game. When you got the game ball inside the locker room with all your guys around you, what is that feeling like?
I didn't think I was gonna get it. I mean, it's definitely something I feel like every player here definitely wants to be able to achieve. Just getting a game ball is just definitely something special, especially on my senior night.
Woo! Favorite all-time movie?
Oh, Training Day.
Player on the team most like you?
Oh, Chris Brown.
Most famous person you have met?
Oh, Coach Kelly.
Favorite breakfast meal?
Oh, bacon.
What did you do on your first date?
Oh, probably kiss my girlfriend at that time.
Place anywhere in the world you would like to visit?
Oh, Portugal, because I speak Portuguese.
Favorite place to hang out at Notre Dame?
Oh, Grotto.
Get up early or sleep in?
Get up early.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Oh, Big Snack, Trevor. Trevor has it.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Oh, Niles.
Best singer on the team?
Me.
Best dancer on the team?
Me.
Best comedian on the team?
Triple Crown, it's me.
Best comedian on the coaching staff?
Oh, Coach Sanford.
Best dresser on the team?
Oh, Tori.
Worst dresser on the team?
CJ.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
Everything.
Malik Sayer just completed the 60-second drill.
Hey, appreciate it, thank you.
Playing in the shadow of the Green Monster, it was appropriate for Notre Dame to come out in green for this year's Shamrock Series game with Boston College. Many fans don't realize Fighting Irish football teams have been wearing green jerseys in games off and on for more than 90 years. But just about every Notre Dame fan knows about what has come to be known as the green jersey game, Notre Dame's 1977 home upset of 5th-ranked USC.
Southern Cal was coming in as a very highly rated team, and we knew we'd have our hands full.
A shocker here. The Irish look like they are fired up this afternoon. They've all come out of a Trojan horse.
Coach Devine called the captains into his office. I want to say it was like a Tuesday, early in the week. He had the equipment manager bring in some what we thought were samples of green jerseys. And he said, what do you think of these guys? I'm thinking of having the team wear them on Saturday.
The history and the legends of the game truly living in these Friday night pep rallies.
The night before, Willie Fry, who's the captain of the team, said, you know, everybody wear green tomorrow.
And if Willie Fry wants everybody to wear green, then we will be the Green Machine. We are Green Machine. We are the Green Machine. We are
a Saturday afternoon, this is the picture. And we're ready for game number 49 between the Southern California Trojans and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
While the Irish were warming up in their traditional blue and gold, Devine secretly had a new green jersey placed in each of the players' lockers.
So when we get into the locker room after we had gone out for warm-ups and we see these green jerseys, man, and I'm telling you, it was like pandemonium.
I see guys jumping around with these jerseys on, green jerseys, and it's like all of a sudden the hair and like everything's, you're like, it's in like a fog. It's like.
Coach Devine said, get those blue jerseys off and put those green jerseys on.
I still to this day don't know how these guys got their jerseys on that quick.
Notre Dame with the gold helmets is about to come on the field, but right down below us, green-shirted Irish come on the field wearing green jerseys, gold helmets, gold numerals, and gold pants.
And I tell you, we were just so hyped. It was absolutely no way that we were going to lose that football game.
I remember talking to those guys from SC that were later my teammates that said, we knew we were done.
He's a man in motion out to the right now as Montana barks his signals and hands it off and tracking straight ahead into the end zone. Dave Mitchell goes, touchdown, Notre Dame! Looks and throws into the end zone, touchdown, Notre Dame! In the end zone it goes to the tight end. Ken McAfee makes the grab. And Smith blocked. The kick was blocked by Notre Dame. It is picked up and running with the football is number 75, Jay Case. He runs it all the way from the 30-yard line in for a Notre Dame score.
For a football player, and I think you ask any football player to admit defeat when you're number one in the country.
49-19, Notre Dame has really thumped Southern California today.
I don't remember anybody's touchdown plays. I just remember that. You know, it's Notre Dame.
It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Kelly. This week's question comes from loyal viewer Jay Polston of Rochester, New York. Coach, how do you use the Shamrock Series games in recruiting?
Well, first of all, because it's a home game, we can give complimentary tickets out. So we get a number of recruits. Now, we can't speak to them because it's off of our campus more than 50 miles, so you can't talk to the recruits. But you can give them complimentary tickets, so that helps. I think more than anything else from a recruiting standpoint, it just shows that the brand can carry itself in sellout venues all over the country, and I think the recruits see that. So being in this geographical area, it allows kids from New Jersey, from Pennsylvania, and some areas that we recruit to come up and see the ball game.
The regular season ends for the Irish next Saturday with a huge road game at Stanford.
An offense that is creative, physical, but can spread you out, throw the ball. Fifth-year senior quarterback, probably one of the most versatile backs in the country, and Christian McCaffrey, and he does it in special teams. He does it coming out of the backfield, running the football. He's a game wrecker. Defensively, they were always tough and physical. It'll be a great challenge, but one that obviously we've been looking forward to for quite some time.
That will do it for this week's show. We'll be back next week to break down all the highlights of the Notre Dame-Stanford game. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Sprint, Coke Zero, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Bank of America, Cadillac, Canon, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, SiriusXM Satellite Radio, and UPS,